Today is day 26 of the hardcore 30-day discipline challenge, in which these are the rules for the next 30 days. 1 workout every day. 1 meditation every day. Read 5 pages of a book every day. No social media except for allowing myself to post on YouTube. No ultra-processed food and no watching any TV, videos or any content. I'll also be sharing my screen time at the end of the video so you can see I'm not cheating. Today is Wednesday, July the 9th. Let's get into it.
It's 5:30 in the morning.
Let's go run. We're overcoming fears such as public speaking whilst also running. This is what I like to call growth. I'm just not letting it bother me anymore. I'm doing what I want to do. We have 11 kilos going into the backpack. Time to walk up the mountain. Breakfast is a yogurt bowl with banana, pear, raspberries, honey. It's currently 8:30 and this morning I did a 7k run and then I took the dogs up the mountain for around 35 minutes with the weighted backpack. I'm feeling really good this morning. I'm feeling super accomplished, and I honestly think this is why it's so important to start your morning in the right way, because when you start your morning by doing something hard, like let's say, okay, exercise, you just then set the tone for the rest of the day when you complete that activity. Like this morning, I was running, it's hot outside, I'm sweating, it's like my mind is telling me to stop, but I'm keep going, I'm pushing myself. Then I come up, I take the weighted backpack on and go for a walk with the dogs. And again, my mind is like, oh, this is hard. My body started being like, oh, I want to take the backpack off. And I was feeling like, oh God. And then when you complete that activity, you have your shower, you already feel like so accomplished. Like, I already feel the day has been a success. It's 8:30 in the morning and I already feel like my day has been a success. I've just accomplished something that was hard. And so now for the rest of the day, I'm going into the day with this like positive attitude of like, yeah, what else can I take on? Yeah, I'm ready to focus on my work because like I'm feeling so good now. And this is actually science as well, because when you complete something and you feel a sense of achievement, there's dopamine which is released in your brain. And then because you've completed this one task, you then feel more motivated to pursue other tasks, to pursue other difficult, meaningful tasks. And like today, I've got quite a few things I need to focus on, but I already know I'm going to complete them all because I'm already feeling like positive. I'm already feeling like focused. And it's only 8:30 in the morning. Like, is this not a great way to start the day? Even if something bad was to happen today, let's say an external circumstance happened that was out of my control, I will still go to bed at night feeling a sense of accomplishment because I still had a very successful morning. I still ticked off important tasks that I needed to get done. And so anyway, that's a little inspiration for you, but I'm going to get into work now and I'm going to have a productive day. One of the biggest reasons that you're most likely struggling to focus on work or writing out that essay or reading that book or studying for your exam is because you have too much stimulation in your life. And as a result of this, the hard work feels boring. So let me explain what I mean. But we now live in a hyper-stimulated world that has constant access to social media apps, our phones, Netflix, TV, video games. And the truth is, our minds were never designed to be able to handle this much stimulation. We still have the same primal brain that we had thousands of years ago, and so much of the man-made stimulation that we consume today just isn't good for us. When used excessively, our brains aren't able to handle it. And so because of this constant stimulation, our brain's baseline for experiencing life begins to shift, which means that when we do other activities that aren't as stimulating, for example, going for a walk outside, maybe cleaning up our room, reading a book, these activities start to feel really boring. Your brain has gotten so used to craving that intense stimulation, and so anything else below that threshold starts to feel boring and dull and hard. And this is why we find it hard to focus on those important and meaningful tasks. But here's the interesting part. If you take away that constant stimulation, such as stopping all the binge-watching videos, not going into so many scroll holes. At first, life might seem quite bland, especially for the first week or two as your brain resets. But then something changes and suddenly going for a walk starts to feel nice. You're hearing these birds chirping, you're smelling the fresh air, and when you come home, you feel like a sense of satisfaction. Things like reading or cleaning your room start to feel like less of a chore, and you start to feel a sense of accomplishment. And suddenly, those everyday activities that once seemed so hard and painful to do start to feel easier, and you feel good about them. To give you a personal example, I live in Greece, and I'm slowly trying to learn Greek. And the other day I was listening to the audio files and I had this thought where I was like, this is actually kind of fun. And honestly, I never thought I would say that about learning a language. Like in school, I was terrible at learning languages. I was always at the bottom of everything. I always just felt like I was naturally bad at it and I would always have so much resistance to it. But the other day I was actually enjoying the process of learning it. And this shift happens because when your brain is no longer being overloaded, these boring tasks now become your new source of stimulation. And so now these hard and boring tasks now become more engaging to you. And even dare I say it, sometimes fun. And I've noticed this shift so much in my life. I know for a fact that if I watched TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, I would find it so hard to focus on meaningful tasks. I would find it impossible to get into a workflow because my brain would adjust to that fast-paced stimulation again, and now my work would feel boring. And so if you're someone who's wanting to be more productive, maybe you have an essay to write, you have a dissertation, you want to be focused on your studies, or I don't know, you have a goal to be a writer, and you find it hard to motivate yourself because that stuff feels hard and boring, well then you have to get serious about cutting the constant stimulation out of your life. Honestly, I love reading books on psychology and stuff to do with the mind and the brain, and I listen to podcasts from neuroscientists, I listen to podcasts by psychology experts, by psychiatrists, people who are experts in this field, and every single one of them emphasize the detrimental effects of scrolling or constant social media usage, and just how bad it is for the mind and the brain. It is ruining so many people's focus and killing all of their motivation. Because their brain has now adapted to this high level of stimulation, everything else in their life is now suffering because of it. Honestly, when my mind used to be so stimulated all the time, I couldn't focus on anything else. I couldn't motivate myself to do anything. Everything seemed boring. Why would I read a book? It's so boring. And personal ways that I deal with this is that I never have apps on my phone, only unless I need to use them. And so I post YouTube Shorts sometimes, and I literally download the app every single day, post it, and then I delete the app and have to re-download it the next day. I never allow myself to be tempted because it's just a slippery slope. And you have to decide what's more important to you, these social media apps or your future, your goals and the dreams that you want to come true, or sitting there scrolling on TikTok. And so I just wanted to explain that concept of stimulation, as I thought it might be helpful to look at it in a different way. And if you are wanting to lower your screen time or work on building up better habits, you can now join the free 30-day discipline course and community. The link is in the video description, and it contains resources, some tips, some videos, and you'll be added to a community with like-minded individuals of people who are also doing the challenge and working on themselves. I'm gonna go get lunch now and stop talking because I need to focus. See you later. It's 5:30 and I've just finished work. I'm gonna head down to the sea, learn some Greek, read my book, and then get back in time for dinner. Day 26 is now complete. Okie dokie, it is 8:30. I went down to the sea for an hour, then when I came back I had a homemade spinach and feta quiche. The pastry was homemade, shout out to my mom, I love her. We also had it with some salad, and then I just did an hour journaling session. So I put my alarm on for an hour and I just forced myself to write, so I wrote 6 pages, and it was so helpful. Oh my god, I haven't had a session like that in so long, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to do more of this again. It just really helps you to see blind spots of maybe things you're avoiding or patterns that you're not working on. But yeah, I'm really excited today with launching the challenge and the course. I had such a productive day. I've already seen a few people join, which is really exciting. And so if you haven't already, click the link in the description and get in there. So let's do a screen time check. Today is 29 minutes, the top one being photo, which is weird because it's not telling me what apps I've been on today. But yeah, great screen time. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go and play a game and chill out with my mom, and I will see you tomorrow.